I am here with the Simple Key Duplicator with key feed by WENXING. Now, I have not cut a key on this machine. I've never used this machine before, and I figured it'd be fun for me to check it out with you, or I guess have you check it out with me, and let's see if this machine is any good. All right, so here in just a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna flip the camera up here, and let's just check it out, kind of put it through its paces, and really see if this is a key machine that you and I should consider. Now, this machine is on really the lowest price point that I can find a key machine in the US with tech support, with replacement parts and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see if you all think it's worth it. And I'm really excited to cut a key on a machine I've never cut a key on before and see how it does. So let's get that camera flipped up here and get after it. Now, just to start off, I've just taken this machine out of the box. I did plug it in. I have not even turned it on yet. You can see the lights on here. And there's a few things that kind of pop out to me right away. First off is it does have a micro adjustment for the tracer, which I think is important. It has this pretty cool key feed here that if you notice on the other machines that I've cut keys on, like the Nomad and the Flash, they have like a dial right here, and I almost never use it. I usually just use this. And so it'll be kind of interesting to actually use it and see what it's like. Now, a couple things. This does have two-way jaws, okay, and not four-way. And so it is kind of more or less meant to cut more simple keys, kind of like the name of the machine. But I do want to point out, like when you look at these jaws here, and you look at the two sides, this is side one and then side two, and of course to flip them around to the other side, all you do is you'd open it up, grab onto it here, and you'd flip it over and then flip it back. Okay. Now, the thing is that they're not like, when I think of two-way jaws, I think of, and I'd love to know what you think when you hear two-way jaws, but I kind of think of like side A and side B, or side one, side two of like a four-way jaw duplicator. And it's really not the case. I mean, these are kind of, I don't know, like side one here is like if the normal A and B jaws had a baby, probably. And then the other side here, which I'll show you, is kind of more or less like if jaws C and D had a baby. So it's kind of an interesting hybrid, and but I have a bunch of keys actually right here that I want to test and kind of put through the paces a little bit. Now, it does come with these shims, right, which is pretty standard. These shims are the ones that go, they go in here, and then also these ones that you would put in like keyway grooves as you see fit, right, to help you out a little bit. So we'll get into that in a moment, but first, let's talk about the positioning here. So for a shoulder stop, it has this little gauge that pops up right here. The interesting thing is you can see these little screws here. So if it does get out of alignment, it looks like you can easily adjust it. All right, so let's get a key put in here and kind of get it figured out. So we'll go ahead, we'll get one side put in. Now let's grab the other key here. Let's get it put in. And let's just kind of take a look here. Okay, so that's like a standard Kwikset key, which is what we'll cut here in a few minutes. Really no big deal, holds it nice. But what I did actually is I've grabbed a few other keys that I want to try out. This is like a Y11. How does that go in there? It goes in good, no big deal. Next, so something cool that I actually like that I don't really know why is not on more jaws is a good tip stop. So the cool part is it has these nice little metal pieces that you pop up right here. And like, let's say if you were to put a H60 forward key in, you can easily just pop it in and you're done. And that's kind of nice. So when you're done, you just push that down. So I'm really liking that. That's pretty cool how that works. And next, let's go to a H75 key. Okay, all of these can be actually done right here on just the side one jaw. So if you put that in, you can pop it down there and it works. Really no big deal. So that's kind of nice. I don't know why more manufacturers don't do this, but that's kind of a cool feature. And then a couple others here. Let's do a M1 really quick. Let's put an M1 in. Yeah, it works easy, no big deal. SC1, right? The number 1 or number 2 most popular key in America. How does that fit? That fits good too. No problems there. Let's try a B89. Let's go and put that in. Let's see. That goes too, so you'd want to move this up and put it in like that. Very nice there as well. So that's pretty cool. That works pretty good. Now let's go ahead and let's flip these jaws over, and then let's look at the other side here. So when you look at this jaw, you can see it's just real flat and simple on both sides here, where you can put a key in. If you needed to raise it up, you could put a shim in, you know, down below here and put the key on top if you needed. I mean, you have a lot of different options, but let's go ahead and let's flip these jaws around. All right, so now looking at these jaws here from this angle, you can kind of see what's going on here. And there's a lip. Okay, there's a lip on this, on the far side, and then on the side closest to you. And now those are going to be to get in here and kind of grip the grooves on the more like more of the foreign kind of exotic type keyways, like this is the B106 TR47 type of thing. And that's where, if you're gonna have problems with a key machine like this, it's gonna be into some more of the harder to use automotive keys like this one. I mean, if there's one key that's probably given most people a run for the money, it's going to be the B106, also known as like the blade on like the Circle Plus GM key. All right, so let's go ahead though, and let's just stick this in here, okay? And let's just play around with it a little bit, and let's see if we can't get it to fit. Now, we can grip it on side 2 or side B, I guess. It's going to grip it pretty good. Now it looks like it's at a slight angle. Let's go ahead and let's grip it in the groove. Okay, so this is in the groove, like if we were going to be, you know, using like a jaw C. And if you look at that, that looks actually pretty gosh darn good, really. My guess is that would probably work without a problem here. So maybe another video for another day. So yeah, pretty cool stuff here. So far, it's pretty interesting. Now, it does have this key feed right here. So you spin this and it moves back and forth. And here, let me go ahead. Let's flop these back over to side A, and let's turn this sucker on here and cut a key. So one of the things while I'm flipping around that I did notice is that it does not have a brush at the end here. So, you know, that's definitely, you know, a little bit of a negative there. But all right, so what I did here is I just grabbed a brand new cylinder here. Figure let's cut a Kwikset key. It's probably the most, you know, it's either a Schlage or a Kwikset are the most popular. So I think it'd be the best tell of what to cut and expect. So what we'll do here is we're going to flip our gauge up. We're going to get that put in, and I'm just going to grab a blank key here, a KW1, and let's stick it in on the other side. Let's, let's clamp it down, and all right, so got that all set. That's good to go. Let's try cutting it. So I'm gonna put my safety glasses on here. I have not turned this machine on. Let's hear what it sounds like. All right, here we go. Okay, sounds pretty good. You know what? One more thing I wanted to point out that I find interesting on this machine just a second ago, let me get it to stop, there we go, is this. It actually, how the machine, like in the gravity and like the balancing works on this, is that it actually stays up by yourself. Most machines you have to hold up. This machine has a little bit of, you know, the weight balance to kind of put it up there. So I find that very, very fascinating. I don't know really if it's an extra feature, if it doesn't really matter, but let's try it out and let's see. So let's turn it back on. Sounds good though, I really like it. All right. So what we're gonna do here, I'm just gonna hold it up here. Let's get over here to the start. Look at that, that's nice. So the other part is I'm not really having to do anything up here. I'm just kind of, I don't know, my hand's just kind of sitting there. So it goes pretty easy there. All right, so I went down and back. And let's see here, looks pretty good, looks nice and clean. And of course, we got to try it here, right? If I can get the key in, which isn't, there we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Fits real good there. Look at that. I like it. All right, so I just got done cutting my first key with you. I actually did cut one more right after I cut the first one just for fun. I just wanted to do it again. And what are my initial thoughts? And then I want to kind of know your initial thoughts. So I would say a couple things. Cutting a basic Kwikset type key on here was actually a lot more easier than I thought. It cut better than I thought. The key feed was kind of cool. I felt like the motor kept up with it. It was perfectly fine. No big deal there. I wouldn't hesitate cutting a bunch of standard keys on here without a problem. I would say though, I mean, if I'm going to be cutting a bunch of, maybe we'll do a different video. We'll test out like a B106 and if it'll cut it without any sort of adapter or something. I would say that if you're going to start cutting all sorts of weird stuff out there, I don't know. I would probably get a 4-way jaw machine. Truly, but if I'm just going to be cutting some basic simple keys, this is the simple key machine, so it makes sense, right? So all in all, I think it's pretty cool, actually. And I think that if you're looking for either a starter machine to get you going, if you're looking for a machine just to cut basic keys, because that's all you really need, or you're looking for a low budget machine to get started, this is probably a good one to consider here. From my point of view, it's small, it's compact, and I don't know, the colors are pretty cool too, if you ask me. But more importantly, I really want to know what you think. Is this a machine you would consider if you were cutting all sorts of different types of machines, even only as the 2-way jaws? I'd really love to know what you think in the comments below. I'll put links to this machine you can check out. I look forward to seeing what you have to say. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hey, before you go, I want to make sure that you know to include the hashtag Lockboss when you comment on our videos, and you automatically get hooked up to win free stuff that we give away each and every week. Tune in live here on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and find out who the lucky winners are. I'm rooting for you. We'll see ya.